Hello guys, got something a little different for you today. I'm going to do a tutorial for Forge mode in the Master Chief Collection. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to be building today. We're going to be looking at the triggers and the timers. So as you can see, we've got power weapon up there, rocket launcher, but nowhere to get to there. So if we head over here, oh, spawned in, run up here, pick up the rocket launcher, and you should be able to see that this walkway will disappear and just on cue. And this you can just keep redoing this, and it'll keep going away and coming back. So every time that the rockets spawn, you can use this. Yeah, you'll notice there that there's a little bit of a delay sometimes with the spawning. They both set to the same frequency, but they seem to spawn and despawn at different times. But I believe that's something to do with the way that the system works rather than how I've set it up, honestly. So we'll head into Forge and I'll show you how to build it. Right, so here we are in Forge. I'll run over what you need to get this working, and then we'll build a quick one just to show you how to do it from scratch. So first of all, we've got an on exit on trigger, and then on enter on trigger. Then you've got your items that you want to spawn in. This can be any number of things, can be anything, it doesn't have to be rocks, anything you want to do basically. And then we've got a timer that toggles once. So let's take this and we'll make it. Right, so first things first, I'm just gonna duplicate the rocks that we've got here and move them over here just to speed things up a little bit basically. Get this one, shove it up here, don't really matter. Get this one. Oh, actually, let's not get them ones because I need to change some settings on them ones. We'll get the bottom one. Just put it down a little bit. Right. So then, if we lock these, we don't have to worry about. Oh, we don't need that. We don't need to worry about picking them up by accident. I'm going to duplicate this rock, and I'm going to move it up a little bit. We'll just use the one, I guess, on this one, because of the way that I've set it up. But like I said before, you can use any number of items. I guess if you use more, it'll probably tax the processing power a little bit, but like we see with them ones, it were kind of delayed sometimes, that like one would disappear and the other one wouldn't, so maybe keep that in mind when you're doing it. Just move that one up a little bit so that we can actually get onto this one. Right, so now's the important part. What we want to do is go into Object Options, and for this rock we want to go into Advanced, place at start false, and then move to Scripting and change the spawning channel to any number. Just remember the number. So I'm going to go with 1, and then can despawn true so that it can appear and disappear. And then what we're going to have to do is spawn in some triggers, which are found under scripting again. Trigger on enter on is the first one we're going to go with, and what I'm going to do is just line it up sort of with your first rock. You can change the size of these things, but I'm just going to keep them the standard size to begin with. So we're going to stick this one down, and then we're going to get a trigger again, on exit I'll go check because I don't want to get it wrong. On exit on. This one's definitely an on enter on in it. Yep. So an on, exit on, scripting, triggers, on, exit on. You want to line this up about the same sort of place, but be aware that it's probably best to offset them slightly so that you can edit them both. And then the last thing we need to spawn in is a timer, and I believe we've got a timer toggle once. And then what I like to do is just stick this around where the objects that you're going to be affecting will be. So I'm just going to stick it on top of the rock. So what we want to do is first of all set up our on enter on, and what this is going to do is when we enter this area, it's going to spawn in the rock and the timer. So we set the broadcast channel to 1, and then that's it. That's all we need to do. The on exit on, what we need to do is set the scripting. We want the broadcast channel on this one to be 1. No, this one needs to be 2, so that you'll see in a minute when I change the timer. What we have to do is with the on exit is set the timer going. So the on enter will spawn the timer, and the exit will say actually counting down. So if we go set up the timer now, what we need to do with the timer is probably the most complex part. Spawn channel we need to be set to the same as the rock so that the on enter will spawn it at the same time. We need to set it to be able to despawn, so at the end it will disappear. And what we want it to do is on power channel we need that to be 2 to match the on exit, and then the broadcast channel, what we need to do is set it to 1. So then once it's counted down the amount of time that we're going to put in a second, it will broadcast on channel 1 that you need to do something. So we've got the rock to set to 1, so it'll despawn the rock, but we've also got the timer itself set to 1, so it will despawn itself. And then the time we'll just set to 8 seconds just for the sake of this. And now the annoying thing about this is you have to save everything and go test in an actual game, because if we're going to player mode now, it won't affect the spawning at all. So you can see everything stays there, nothing's happening. So what I'll do is I'll save, and then I'll meet you again in... Okay, so here we are in Slayer. As you can see, that's the original one. This is our new one. Hopefully this works. So we've entered the volume. Yeah, we've got a spawn. We can jump on it. We can get up here, and then if we get back down. Oh no! Oh. Well. Oh dear.
Suicide.
When we come back, hopefully that rock should be gone. We shall see. Can't believe I fell off. Right. I should have probably made the area a little bigger. As you can see, the rock has gone. So let's just check it again. In the area, the rock spawns. Come out of the area. The timer should start 8 seconds later. Can check on the clock if we really want to. And there it's gone. So we could use this for sort of anything really. I mean, if you want a bridge that only appears the duration of the time it takes to run across it, or maybe you're doing a puzzle map and you want sort of like a jumping puzzle that disappears and reappears depending on whereabouts the player is. It's this new system with the timers and everything is we're gonna see quite a lot of good maps, I think, and I hope this has helped you understand them a little bit better, because I know I've spent a few hours today just getting my head around them, and the fact that we have to come into Slayer to test them really threw me, because I thought it wasn't working at all, and I spent hours and hours just in Forge mode trying to get them to work. But now I found out that you have to be in Slayer. I've fully understand them. Well, I understand them to a good enough level to be able to use them at the minute. So if there's anything you didn't understand or anything you want me to take a look at, I think I'll be doing a little bit more advanced things. And maybe one thing I do want to try out is using triggers and buttons and things to sort of affect player traits. So like maybe we could have a room that's got like full gravity, and then you press a button and you can turn the gravity off, so like simulating a spaceship or something, or space station. So maybe we'll take a look at that next time. Thanks guys for watching, and remember, if there's anything you need help with or you want me to do a video on, just leave it in the comments or let me know. Thanks guys.